will sign a memorandum of understanding with the Electoral Commission on compliance with the harmonized campaign program timelines and guidelines. The law requires that upon nomination, the Electoral Commission shall avail the National Voters Register in a soft copy to the candidate. I hereby hand over the National Voters Register in soft copy form to your agent. After the business here, there are other two functions. One, we shall hand over to you your security vehicle. Secondly, you also address the press or the media in a designated area where you'll be ready to, if you want. I think that is all for now. Thank you. Can we now go and hand over the security vehicle to the candidate? Congratulations upon your nomination.
Members of the press, please get to the places where the place for the interview. Somebody is there to the protocol team, the commission leading the candidate now to his security detail, his security vehicle.
So now, tugenda kuli mu tent.
Our dear guests who are with us this morning, we've just witnessed the declaration of the first nominated candidate, who is sponsored by the National Resistance Movement Party. The nomination exercise continues. We're waiting to receive the second aspirant, who will be taken through a similar procedure. So we want to thank you for coming in and for giving us this time. Our nominations go on up to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. As we await to receive the commission back, we want you to feel at home, feel at the Electoral Commission. Thank you very much. DJ, you can give us appropriate interval music as we cross over into the next activity. Thank you very much.
Well, at this very point, the duly nominated candidate that is of the National Resistance Movement, Museveni, has been duly nominated and certified by the Electoral Commission. And yes, the process that is going on right now, he's going to be handed over his security detail that is going to be actually accompanying him during the campaign trail. That is what we are witnessing right now, and thereafter he will be actually addressing the media in a very, very shortest time possible. But also, it is true that actually he has followed all the guidelines as they were stipulated by the Electoral Commission. He has come with only 20 people actually accompanied him as he was being, of course, received by the Speaker of Parliament, that is Right Honourable Anita, together with the Deputy Speaker, Right Honourable Thomas Taiba, and also other dignitaries that are actually in place. So what is going on right now, he is actually ensuring that he gets that car that is going to use for the for the security detail in that matter. But of course, not forgetting that he is still the head of state, so he has his own special forces command that is actually always usually in charge of his security. But of course, as per the Constitution, the Electoral Commission as well has to ensure that they fulfill the mandate of giving every duly nominated candidate a lead car actually, and that of the escorts that will be actually accompanying him during all his campaign trail. So as for now, anytime from now, he will be addressing the media. We are actually waiting for him, and of course I will be coming back to the studios as we get ready to hear what he has for us, that is as the nation at large. So it is very important to ensure that we get to hear exactly what he will be actually talking about, and in particular I do understand he will be talking about the NRM manifesto. What is there that is going to fulfill, and what is that he promised? But of course he will be standing with. But of course, like I said, we do have a number of people who are actually accompanying him. We do have the Prime Minister, that is Right Honourable Robina Nabanja. I'm seeing the once Prime Minister as well, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda. I'm seeing almost all the SEC members are actually all available to ensure that the process actually moves on smoothly, together with the government chief whip, that is Honourable Hamson Obua. President has also been still accompanied by the First Lady, that is Janet Kataha Museveni. She's also available to ensure that she witnesses all the process and whatever is going to be happening. So what we wait to hear is to see and also get to understand, that is if we shall have an opportunity to ask him some questions regarding what he will be telling us as far as his manifesto is concerned. So it is very important that the security detail is actually getting ready to ensure that we kickstart with the event. It is very important for all the Ugandans to see that they actually understand, but also keep an ear on what is going to be said at this very particular time. It is very important as well, because we do expect more two candidates that are going to be actually duly that are going to be nominated today. We do expect Elton Mabirizi, we do expect Robert Kasibanda, and of course tomorrow we do expect the president of the National Unity Platform, that is Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, but also Honourable Nandala Mafabi, that is the candidate for the AFDC. So, but as for now, the candidate that is supposed to be nominated as of now, that is the candidate of the National Resistance Movement, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He has been duly nominated and certified by the Electoral Commission. But it is very important as well to understand that those who follow history, the practice of leaders assuming office through elections in Uganda can be traced to pre-independence period. That is, if you actually do remember the British colonial times, that is in about 1957 and 1958, when the British actually protectorate gave African countries to start arranging and organizing elections. It was actually a precursor for our independence, that is in 1962. So we actually following history to ensure that this as well helps in prevailing democracy in the country. It is very important. So as for now, we shall be as well be hearing from the elected, duly certified and nominated candidate of the National Resistance Movement, that is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And obvious, here we go right now.
The members of the Electoral Commission who have gone back to their area, the NRM leaders who are here, the Vice Chairman Haji Gongo, Second Vice Chairperson Anita Mong, all the other Vice Chairpersons, members of SEC, all the other supporters of and the leaders of NRM who are here, and those who are listening. I thank the Electoral Commission for doing the detailed work of studying the documents and approving our candidacy, our candidature. It's a lot of work, a lot of paperwork. I congratulate them. I congratulate the Electoral Commission. I want to thank the NRM members for again showing trust in me and electing me as the NRM chairperson for the period 1925-1931, and also for the flag bearer for the period 1926-1931. As we have discussed in our inner organs, but before I talk about the future, I hope nobody will accuse the Electoral Commission for campaigning for me. When they selected this site here, what I challenged the NRM media team to do is to go and get a satellite picture of 1986, if they can, of this area. Sometimes those pictures are there. Get a satellite picture of this area, this area, which they call Ruboa, Weza, they mix them up. This whole area, up to Wewaja, if they could get the satellite pictures of 1986 of these areas and now, then you would not have to campaign much, you just show. You Gen Z people, these are Gen Z, Gen Z, Gen Z. The Gen Z is my comrades, my supporters. You should see that picture of 1986 here. This was a coffee shamba here. That's why they call it Ruboa Estate. It was a coffee shamba owned by a British company called Mitchell Courts. Now when you come here, it's amazing. If you, all the way you can see. A satellite picture of 1986 and now would speak many words rather than just talking. And the whole of, if you want to show the whole of Kampala, 1986 from the satellite, and now, just the picture. So where we are moving to now is to, again, convince the people of Uganda of what has been achieved in the past and what we are planning to do now. At Kololo, I will say more in the afternoon, but really we have got two major thrusts. Thrust number one is to work with the middle class and the investors from outside to completely transform Uganda from a lower middle income country, which we are now. We are no longer a least developed country, we are now a lower middle income country. to high middle income country moving towards first world country. I think the idea is that in this Kisanja which you are now concluding, if you check the figures, the GDP of Uganda has doubled, apparently. I had not bothered to check that, but they pointed it out. That at the end of the last Kisanja, we were like 34 billion. We are now 66 billion. It's really, I don't know why NRM doesn't talk more about some of these things, because they are really remarkable. To double the size of GDP in one term is not a mean achievement. And this is what we intend to do in this coming term. And things are now much faster because we have everything that we didn't have in the past. We have electricity. We have the roads, although we need to repair some of the others. We have the telephones. We have the manpower, the educated people. We have the peace. That's why we are being flooded with more investments. Because people in the world are looking for a peaceful area, a peaceful and profitable area where to invest. That's why there's one of our Asian people, the one who was heading the Uganda Indian Association, I've forgotten his name, but he always tells me about Uganda being a land of the 3 Ps. Peaceful, profitable, and something else, 3 Ps. Peaceful, profitable, and some other third one. It has got everything. They are coming because there is peace. But on the other side, we, the NRM people, need to ensure that all our population layers get involved. This is where we have some challenges. And this is where we need to address what I always call the mass issues, the issues of the masses. Number one, everybody to be involved in the money economy with the Kibaro. That's number one. Number two, education. Free education for our children of the poor in government schools. For all children in the government schools. The rich ones can take their children to private schools. Number three, the roads. Making sure that the tarmac roads are repaired on time so that we don't have to lose time and then get potholes and then come late and do so more expensively. But also, the Maram roads are maintained. And the money is always sent. The next one, health, the health. The immunization is doing very well, but the curative side sometimes has problems. Ensure that the drugs are there, are not stolen. The issue of water, safe water for all the villages, that must be concluded. Then crime. There is peace in the country. There is no war. The army cannot allow that. But there is a bit of crime and impunity. Criminals who are not handled because of some corruption among the people involved. The NRM structures need to come out and help expose crime and hold accountable all the criminals. And then getting rid of corruption. These ones will help all our people to enjoy the transformation going on in Uganda. It's not good for the middle class to do well, as you can see, because all these people who have built these houses here, you can see from far beyond Bwebaja, areas which were bush are now high-value properties. They are owned by some people, the middle class. But we want the wananchi, all the wananchi, to benefit. So this is the double mission in the coming Kisanja. Continue empowering the middle class, the investors, whether local or from outside, but make sure that the masses are all involved. I thank you. We shall say more as we go along. I thank you, and I wish everybody good luck.
At your discretion, you may wish to take some questions, if you may. Yes, you come here.
5 questions.
Thank you. So you say your media house?
Or to be fair, 6, 3 for boys, 3 for girls.
Thank you. Mr. Kaya, straight to the point. You say your name, your media house, and straight to the point with one question.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Tera Kaya is my name. Kulwaba Pizza Antipoka Nchibuze mu Luganda. Your Excellency, mu myaka gino waliwo abantu bangi abakyagobwa ku ttaka naddala abakadde babakoonedde amayumba. Waliwo ne Mukono eyo eyali omulwanyi wo Musa Mwanje, family eri displaced. Ensonga y'ettaka naddala mu Buganda ogenda gitunulira otya?
Ensonga y'ettaka faba NRM twagikolokodda musiye n'omuteeka erufuga ettaka eryajja luvannyuma twalemerawo ne tugamba nti ow'ekibanja talina kugobebwa ate obusuulu bulina okubeerako ekikomo. Kati abo bonna bye bakola bimenya amateeka. Awo wenenyeza ba RDCs bange tebandikiriza ekyo kubeerawo kubanga ebiragiro tibikiriza omuntu yenna kugoba ow'ekibanja oba okumutemako ekibanja ekyo. Olusalo olwo twaluwangula dda mu biragiro. Soma ebiragiro, bamwita Kaya, osome ebiragiro by'ettaka olabe ow'ettaka takkirizibwa kugoba ow'ekibanja. Babikola mu bumenyi bw'amateeka. And because kati kyemukola mulonda ababaka ba NRM kubanga abo abasirikira ebyambiyoni ebyo buwekenenya ogenda kusanga bano bemwaleeta abalala abali ku byabwe. Ate ne bwe twali tulwana mu by'ettaka baali batuwakanya, baali tebaagala kulwana kuwa ekibanja, ffe tulemera kuwa ekibanja. Soma ekiragiro ky'ettaka nga bwekiri, tekikiriza. Tokkirizibwa kugoba w'ekibanja, tokkirizibwa kumutemako ekitundu ky'ekibanja kye, ate obusuulu buliko ekikomo. Ate government Minister of Lands yabukiriza si bw'amaanyi. Ab'amataka b'emulugonyo olwo ne bagamba nti siringi 10,000 lwokka olwaliwo mu budde obwo nti tirina makulu. Ne mbagamba nti mulaba abaserikale bankubira salute salute eruko sente meka obusuro obwo salute yokka nti sebe nkutegedde olusalo lutwalwana netulwangula banamboze bali babalimba wano nti bebagamba nti ettaka lya Buganda lyabasenze si lyabamayiro bokka. So the issue is implementation, not the law, because we handled it.
Shamim.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am Shamim Nabakoza. I work with NBS Television. Mr. President, I have just two. One, to find out from you.
Only one question, because remember...
Okay, thank you, Mr. President.
Remember, we're in democracy now.
Thank you, Mr. President. And that's where I want to begin from, on the question of democracy. As a father of this nation, how are you entirely preparing it for transition away from just the election? Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, this is what I said. When I introduced, I told you that we are, point number 3 in our principles is socio-economic transformation. Nabakoza. Just look around, see here, what do you call this? This one was a samba. The other samba lyemwanyi wano. Naye tunule kiri wano. Ate aba electoral commission bakoze bulungi ne bandeeta wano. Ate namwe ne babaleeta. Ate ne mujja na kamera zammwe mukube ebifaananyi. Mwagala kugenda mugulu oba mwagala kugenda mugeeyana? Oba mwagala kugenda mugulu mulina okubeera ab'amazima. Nsomoozezza abantu bange aba press batufunire ebifaananyi by'ebitundu bino 86 nakati bafune ebyolwaleero mulabe muteeke mawulire gammwe. So our main work is not just formal democracy, just elections, but socio-economic transformation. In the speech in the national conference, I gave you the 5 stages, which I don't want to go into now. Recovery, expansion, diversification, value addition. Now we are in phase 5 of knowledge economy. That's transformation.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Timothy Nyangweso with UBC. My question is the number, you both showed that the numbers between 0 and 18 is 55%. And also 19 to 24 is about 22%. In the next Chisanja, we're going to have about a boom of young people, 49%. What is the plan for those young people of a boom of 49% in the next Chisanja?
Mr. Nyangweso. Olumusada musamya. Oliyotie.
Ndiyo, olibulai.
Ndi mulai.
Abengo.
Abengo balai. We are speaking our language, which these people don't understand. The answer to your question is what we have told you, and I would like anybody who has got contrary opinion to oppose it. We have told you repeatedly that the answer for all Ugandans for livelihood are the 4 sectors. Nyangweso wulidde munange sectors ennya: obubondo, obuna. Mukamereza muzikola oba zikola munkwate ate anampakanya aveyo tuwakane. There is no other way except the 4 sectors. Sector 1, commercial agriculture with a chivaro. If you have got land, If you want to get out of poverty, route number one to get out of poverty is to engage in commercial agriculture with the Chibaro. And we have told you repeatedly how that should be. Sector 2, manufacturing and artisanship. That is the second sector. Third sector, services, hotels, tourism, transport, rumor mongering like you people here. Somebody lives by rumor mongering. This is a service. Nyangweso is picking rumors from here, taking them around that he's informing us. Most of the time he's misinforming us. But we pay you. That Nyangweso is paid for Oksakama Uri. Oksakama Uri, no Bulimba, Bionana Sakan, Netumusasura. Services. Sector 3. Sector 4, it is really part of Sector 3, but I like to put it separate. ICT. There is, for instance, a sector known as, an activity known as BPOs, business processes outsourcing. Somebody can be an auditor here or an accountant, and he gets assignment from Canada, a company in Canada. They send you their books here. You arrange them properly as an accountant should do, and you send them back and they pay you. So this is the fourth sector. ICT, number 1, services, number 2, manufacturing and artisanship, number 3, commercial agriculture, number 4. There is no other way. If anybody tells you there's another way of how the young, whether you are young or old or ancient or modern, these are the 4. If there's anybody who knows another sector, I have forgotten. Of course, there is government service, public service, but it is also a service. You hear they call it public service. There's also political service, politicians. That is also a service. But the problem with the public service is that the jobs are very limited. The whole public service is 480,000. All of them, soldiers, policemen, spies, rumor mongers working for the government, corrupt civil servants, all of them together, 480,000. Population of Uganda is 46 million. How can the government be a solution? It's not a solution. That's why we've been telling you that even where we are now, manufacturing is employing 1.2 million people. That is almost 3 times compared to what the government is employing. Services are employing 5 million people. The agriculture is employing 3.6 million. But I have told you, I've given the example of Nyakana of Fort Portal, who is using 1 acre in commercial agriculture with the Chibaro, and he's getting very good money, and he's employing 15 people. And I've told you that if people with 1 acre, 7 million of them, if each one employed 15 people, we would create 105 million jobs. More jobs than all the Ugandans. And it can happen. That's what happens to you people when you go to China, to Japan to do HAU. You get jobs which the Japanese are not doing. They don't have enough people to do those jobs. Here we can do it here. If you listen to our message, the 4 sectors, I challenge anybody in Uganda, abroad, or wherever, tell me the other sector which I have forgotten. wherever the secretary, you tell me. Challenge them. You put it on the radio and say, Museveni has challenged the people. If you know another secretary has forgotten, bring it up. So, this is the answer for you, those young people. When you say young people, I am a former young person. Don't you see me here? Young people. We have seen young people since time immemorial. I am a former young person. So I know how to be young, I know how to be middle age, I now know also how to be old. I know everything. So, please, when you find our children going to Dubai, what are you going to do in Dubai? Eh? Here we have got more potential for more jobs than the Dubais can have. Eh? We've got everything here. Muleka obugagga wano nimugendeyo okukola ng'abaddu gye mugenda. Nze sifuluma. There's UN now. There's something UN is going on. Nze ndi wano mbyange. Fortunately, I've got my young people. They are there in the UN. I can send you there to the UN. Nze ndi wano. Okay, how many remaining?
Owekitiibwa President, Shamshad Nalujja.
The other man, Julius Muchunguzi, is now doing some work. He has been around for some time, rumor mongering. Ani muzukuru?
Nalongo Shamshad Nalujja okuva ku Bukedde TV. Olw'abantu bawansi ngenda kozesa Luganda. Kati ekibuuzo kyange kiri abasawo ku muwendo gw'abasawo gwe tulina mutono ddala naddala basawo abalabirira abaana abazaalibwa nga tebannatuuka ekiviirako ba mothers abamu okufiirwa abaana baabwe oba oluusi n'obulamu bwabwe n'ebiba byennyininyini incubators eziteekebwamu abaana bano nga baakazaalibwa tuyina ntono naddala mu government facilities mu kino ekisanja ekitandika Mr. President, ogenda kukola atya ensonga eno okulaba ng'ogitereeza bulungi?
To explain well, I may have to use English. Narongo will have to forgive me.
It's okay, Mr. President.
Because the NRM health plan is integrated. Because we came from the rural areas when we were fighting. That's why we started